Hello and welcome to the Cottage of Chaos and Mayhem. The kids are the chaos, the rest is just mayhem. And in today's video, it's a bit of a special video as I'm going over a little vlog of my most recent festival and how it all went and what happened. So it's been quite exciting. It's been quite fun. Everyone's had a blast and there is so much to cover. So let's get into it. So to start with, I had to set up the stall, which meant putting up a gazebo, and it was the first time I've ever had a gazebo. I did have to run out and buy a gazebo just before this because I didn't have one, but now I have a gazebo. It's a cheap garden gazebo, but it'll do for now. It served a purpose and it'll do for the next couple of years, I hope. Now, we were battling some pretty strong winds, and that led to some very fun adventures. At one point, I was holding on to the gazebo every few minutes while trying to set up my stock, which meant that it took a lot longer to set up, especially since I don't have much in the way of a setup at the moment. I am building. This is my second festival. I've got a long way to go yet. My hope for in the future is that it will be an experience. So like I do introduce my tutorials in just about every video I do for YouTube, is how I also do my stall. I am in full character mode as a mushroom pixie merchant, and I do act like an NPC throughout the whole thing, which I will be showing later on. But eventually I am hoping that my entire stall will be an experience. So it's a slow process of building up on things, and it's not quite where I want it to be, but eventually it will be, I hope. However, here we are with the initial setup. It did transform as the weekend went on, and it was, again, it kept changing. I was learning as I was going, just trying to build on that experience. Slowly but surely. However, this is where we get onto the next part, because we did actually have to move everything again. The winds were just so strong and they were taking away, it was taking off with my stock, and some things did get damaged. My lovely shelving did get damaged along with a few other bits, so we had to move the stall again, which wasn't ideal, and we had to set up all over again. But I'm glad that we did, because a few people did lose their gazebos and at least I didn't. So that's the main thing. And you can see my troublesome toddler trying to steal some of my wares. We were stationed in what was known as the Enchanted Grove at the festival, which I am sort of hoping that we will be placed again next year, because I do have every intention of going back again next year. And this was just another stall I'd seen, and it was pretty awesome. I mean, look at that. It is pretty damn cool. So yes, again, there were a few hiccups. It is the festival's first time running, but it did turn out pretty cool. So yes, as you've just seen it in the previous clip, we had lovely bards playing and it was absolutely lovely. So enjoyable. Now, one of the issues was that the people didn't know that the Enchanted Grove was even there. So this was the entrance/exit, and now you will see that they placed a sign compared to the other clip that I've already shown. And this was done as a way of trying to direct people to the Enchanted Grove. It was created last minute. It was a bit of fun, and hopefully next year it'll be a bit better signposted to the Enchanted Grove. But this was the last minute sign they created, and it was pretty funny. It was just all part of the fun. Now, we cannot continue discussing the festival without discussing the dragons, and my toddler was absolutely infatuated with the dragons, and there were so many creative costumes that people had come up with. It was amazing. He was a little bit wary, I will say, as you can see in this clip, but he did really love them. And oh, there we are, him doing his little toothless moment. He was so happy after this. He just kept going on and on and on about dragons. And we have now got a story that he has created about how we have a dragon in the wall in our house, apparently. So yes, this weekend is definitely something that inspired the imagination, and that was amazing. Hello! Welcome to the Cottage of Chaos Mayhem. Kids of the chaos, the rest is just mayhem.
It's wonderful to hear.
Now, we did have to stage this bit because I didn't want to film anyone if they didn't want filming, and I did want to ask beforehand. However, this is exactly how I introduced everything. I was in constant character mode and it was awesome.
I've been looking. That's something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. She's the
Mommy!
Please do excuse that in the previous clip my toddler was shouting mummy repeatedly. It was because I had been chasing him around going, "Shoo, get away with you little goblin," for quite a while, and I'd just stopped for a moment so that I could film that one person, because I wasn't the only person in character. And again, that is something that I love about these festivals, is that everyone seems to be in character. Well, not everyone. Most traders aren't. However, I am. And everyone who is attending is also in character. And that just makes it even more special, more amazing in my opinion. I love it. So yes, this was another scene that occurred because there was hand fasting available in the Enchanted Grove. And yes, we did have our own little ceremonies there as well, which I will go into later. Now, these guys did put on quite an amazing performance in the afternoon. I believe it was a battle. I didn't get to go and see it myself, but I've been told it was amazing by my partner and my kids who did attend, and they absolutely loved it. They loved every aspect of the festival, especially with the trinket trading. They were constantly trading trinkets. You can't go wrong with trinket trading, really. So, trinket trading is a huge thing. It is so fun for the kids, and this is something that I really did want to touch about in this vlog, because it is just an amazing little addition at these festivals for kids and adults as well, I guess. It's so much fun, and the whole idea is that you go with some handmade little trinkets, or you can go with coins. I went with a pouch full of coins that I'd bought for trinket trading. And my kids did make a couple of things with some friends that they made at the festival. And basically the kids get to go around and they're trading with different people. They trade their trinket for somebody else's. And you end up with quite a collection. And I will be videoing some footage of all the little trinkets that they have collected over the weekend, if we can find them all. But it is just so much fun and they absolutely love it. And here we are with our knights getting ready for the hand fasting. It was absolutely amazing. With that said, my voice is still very sore from the weekend because I have been greeting every traveller with, "Welcome to the Cottage of Chaos and Mayhem. The kids are the chaos, the rest is just mayhem. Step inside if you would like, we do not bite. However, the children might." So my voice is quite sore from doing that on repeat. So I'm going to leave this vlog here, and I will continue in the next one as to the amazing experience we have had over this weekend.